What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm C.
I'm B.
And today we're bringing back an old classic,
Burr.
It's funny because he's talking about homophobia, and it's called homophobia. You know, we have the spread going on now, the square thing with the transphobia and the homophobia thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Burr,
Leave poor Dave Chappelle alone.
You know, he's always gone with this thing, so we're not surprised. But yeah, man, it's an old classic. It's been a while since we've done Burr.
Yes, we love Bill.
Yeah, you ready to begin?
Oh
yeah, you're not ready to begin. Go ahead.
As always, let us know what you think about this reaction in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you can be notified for our upcoming videos. Now, you can play it.
That's all I'm saying. It was one of those moments. This girl was annoying me. She was eating something, and I was envisioning plunging her face right into it. All right, this is basically what happened, okay? She tried to say I was homophobic. I think she's full of shit, and this is the story. All right? We were in a diner, right? We just got done eating, okay? It came out. I was looking down at the ground, and when I looked up, there was like these two dudes, like hardcore making out, you know? And it's like, I wasn't fucking ready. You know what I mean? So it was all it was. I wasn't ready. It's like, you know, if you rent a Brokeback Mountain, or I'm walking through the village, I can get my brain prepared for what I might see, but it's like I wasn't fucking ready. You know, I just eating these fries. My God, you dumb shit, you gotta go to the gym, you know, it's in my own head. And when I looked up, these two dudes, one guy had a beard, just going at it. So the second I looked up, I just went like, ugh. I just looked away. That's all I did, real quick, just, ugh. And then this girl was just glaring at me, like, oh my God, what's the hell about? What's that? Are you like homophobic? Are you homophobic? I go, no, I'm not homophobic. I got no hatred, you know. I got no hatred in that area. She goes, well, what's the hell all about? And I go, I don't know, it was just like a visual thing. It was just, you know. She goes, what are you talking about? I go, well, put it this way. The first time I ever saw a porno, I was like 14 years old. I had no idea what doggy style was, but the second I saw it, my brain was just like, that is the shit. I'm gonna fucking do that. At some point in my life, I'm gonna convince a woman to do that with me, right? My brain was like, yes, my dick was up. Everything was in agreement. That this was a wonderful thing, and I had no idea what it was. But in the same token, if at any point during that porno, if somebody started like kissing somebody's feet or like sucking on their toes, it was just gross to me. But that doesn't mean I hate feet and I don't want them in my neighborhood. That just means I'm not into that shit. It's the same thing with the gay dudes. I have no hatred in my heart for gay people, all right? They're cool, they're funny, generally speaking, they're neat, you know? I got a lot of positive things to say about them, you know? They move to your neighborhood, the property value goes up because they make it fabulous, right? They can't reproduce, so they're not making more in-the-way people walking around looking up at shit. Yeah. They're wonderful for the environment, God bless them. But how far does political correctness go that I gotta look at some shit that's making my brain go like, fucking look away, right? I'm supposed to override that, start like cheering on the relationship, like, woo, grab his ass!
Oh my God.
Run your fingers through his chest hairs! Dude, it's ridiculous. You're gonna tell me some gay guy never walked down the street, seen two straight people just going at it, and never just thought like, oh God, why would you? Just had to like walk it off. He can't help it. That's just how his brain is wired, right? He's just like pussy, and I'm like dick, right? But there's no hatred in that. I don't know, I just couldn't fucking explain it to this girl. She's like, I think you're homophobic. It's like, no, it was on the same level. You ever see a big guy eating a sandwich, right? And he gets a little mustard on the side of his face, right? You fucking look away. But that doesn't mean you want him to choke on the sandwich and you want to get a bunch of friends to beat the shit out of him for eating the sandwich, right? Dude, whatever you put your mouth on is the most intimate thing ever, right? There's no middle ground. It's either like yes or fuck that. There's no middle, you know, balls, right? You just insert yourself into the situation. Like when you watch a porno, there's a guy and a girl, but you're not looking at the guy. Even though he's right there, you're just looking at the girl and you're just thinking, yeah, that's what I would be doing to her, right? But if you took the girl out and there was just some guy just sitting there just dry humping, you'd be like, this shit is horrific, right? So when I'm looking at two dudes kissing, It's like a stalemate. There's no place for me to insert myself into that situation that isn't horrific, right? Does that mean I'm fucked up, you know? You know what I love about that joke? You guys got it after like the first example, yet I felt the need to give you 58 more examples.
But what I want to say is that I think exposure has a lot to do with that. Because a lot of people will assume somebody is homophobic or transphobic or whatever because they are a little apprehensive about certain things. But also a big part of growing up is about what are we exposed to, right? If we exposed to something for a long period of time, our brain is gonna register it as normal, right? But if it's something new, our brain is either gonna accept it, like you said, or we reject it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think if somebody is not usually exposed to, like, you know, homosexuals or transsexuals, if they see it, they're automatically gonna be like, you know, this is not normal to me. You know what I mean? And they might have like a, you know, like feeling about it, but that doesn't automatically mean that they're homophobic or transphobic. Just that, you know, they're not used to it.
I also think people assume too much. Like, for all you know, the person just doesn't like public displays of the
reflection.
Thank you. Yeah, I can't speak either. I'm tired, okay? And we're working on 1 hour of sleep, y'all.
What's 2?
No, an hour and a half to be exact, because that's what it was when I looked at the alarm before I went to bed. But yeah, so like if I don't like seeing PDA, and whether it's 2 guys making out, 2 girls, or a guy and a girl, I'm gonna be like, and look away, because I don't like that in front of my face. I feel like that's something you do in the privacy of your own home. So like, I feel like when it comes to the LGBTQ plus community,
You got a T.
LGBTQ.
It's LGBTQ plus.
Okay, whatever.
You homophobic now. You transphobic. You all the phobias now.
I'm all the phobias.
You LGBTQ phobic.
Well, I feel like when it comes to that community, we're quick to assume the worst and judge based off that. And like, people have the right to their feelings. You know what I mean? Do I say that you should bash somebody for who they love? No. Should you say out loud to their face that who they love is disgusting? No. But if you don't like seeing that and you choose to turn away, or you unintentionally make a face just by reflex, then okay, you know. If it's intentional, meaning like you see us and you're like, ew, that's fucking gross, and you make a face like that, okay, that's different. But if it's just like, oh, you look up, you're like, ooh.
Yeah, surprising.
That's different. You know what I
surprising.
mean? There's a clear difference. Like, don't just assume, oh, this person's homophobic just because they made a weird face. Like, you don't know what was going through their mind. They could have been thinking of sunshine and rainbows, and then they turned around and saw you guys going at it. Like.
And tell me if you guys agree with this, but I don't really feel like whether somebody agrees with homosexuality or not, I don't think people should force people to, like, you must agree with this or you're homophobic. As long as people are not being discriminatory or not being prejudiced towards you, what does it matter if they agree with what you're doing? That's how I feel about it. If they're not being, you know, hating or, you know, telling people to commit acts of violence against you, if they treating you with fairness and equality and respect, I don't think it should matter if they agree with it or not. You know what I mean?
And that goes for anything.
Exactly, anything.
Like, because people aren't going to agree with the religion that you take.
Exactly.
Are you going to get all huffy and puffy at that?
Exactly. As long as you treat it with respect and don't, you know, bash it or, you know, whatever. I feel like you shouldn't.
Be like, oh my God, you believe in Jesus? What's wrong with you?
Exactly. I believe
that's like believing in Casper.
or Santa Claus, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's why you don't do that. It's like, we can disagree but not do that. You know what I mean? Something with homosexuality. You can disagree with what they're doing and not be like, oh my God, ew, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So I think that's the way I feel about it.
I think we forget that there's a difference between those two, and we automatically feel like we have to defend people, especially people that like the LGBTQ plus community, and like women that have gone through a lot of hardships, and then now that they've gone through it, you feel like you have to like shelter them in a bubble a little bit, you know, and like because of that, you jump at all these things and makes assumptions about all these things without really thinking it through and realizing that people are people and they have the right to their own thoughts and feelings as long as they're not being hateful.
Yeah, if like it's too much emphasis and you have to agree with me,
Mm-hmm.
or you are reprehensible, or you're terrible, or you're a bad person because you don't agree with my particular beliefs. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, me too.
Bill Bro is funny. He makes some good points.
Yeah, he's funny.
But yeah, like,
Comment,
subscribe.
Bye.